This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
99X, it's Barnes and Leslie. We are your morning X. And there is, I guess there's a couple lines of work that people will go, what? They do what? And one of them would be our job. I mean, often.
Yeah, what? Why?
Yeah, what? Why? You make a living doing that? And I just laugh and say, well, yeah, only for 30 years. But one of those, and I don't think she will take offense to it, is life coach. And I think that just like us, it could have been the butt of jokes years ago, but now it is not. I want to introduce you to a real life coach from Atlanta. Please welcome Tracy Brown. Hi, Tracy.
Hi, good morning.
So you don't take offense to that, right?
No, I don't. And I think it's actually a really great question. I'm often asked that. Yeah, what's a coach? What's a life coach about? How is it different than a therapist? I get all kinds of questions.
Well, then
sure.
you led with the best question ever. Explain how it is. How is that different from just a regular old therapist?
Right. Well, everyone plays an important role. You know, therapists tend to address more significant emotional and mental issues, right? If you are suffering from severe depression, if you have something like borderline personality disorder, those are the reasons that you see a therapist. They're trained to handle that. But a life coach is helping you through the everyday challenges of life, whether it be relationship struggles, maybe you're having struggles with confidence inside, maybe you're feeling a little bit lost and you're not sure what you want the next, chapter of your life to be. So we're helping you maximize your everyday. Does that make sense?
Yeah, a little.
It makes a lot of sense. I do want to mention I have a lot of friends that have seen life coaches because they got to a certain point in their career and wanted to reinvent themselves, but got stuck. I'm sure you see a lot of that.
Absolutely. And it tends to happen. I mean, it's happening more now at all ages, but traditionally you see that a lot with people in their 30s and into their 40s, right? They've kind of done what they thought they were here to do, only to realize wow, this is actually not what I want to do for the rest of my life, right? I don't want to do the sludge of, dealing with this boss. I want to create something that's more in alignment.
What were you before you were a life coach?
Yeah, so that's a great question because I've walked that walk. I used to live in Los Angeles and represent film directors who wanted to make commercials, and that was a 24/7 job, literally.
You're an agent?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
For directors. Then how does that, you said walk the walk, how does that land you as a qualified life coach? I'm just curious about how one becomes a life coach.
Well, if you think about it, when you are an agent, not only are you helping your directors find work, but you're also helping them with how to write a treatment, how to tell a story, how to hold space for them when they've got a lot going on. So you're really holding a lot of space for people, and that's a lot of what life coaching is.
I will say a lot of people become paralyzed about decision making, whether it's about taking a risk with a relationship, like you mentioned earlier, or a new job. How do you help people get through making the right decision or just moving forward and even making a decision?
Sure. So the thing that I always like to do is get back to the truth of who you are, because that's what's so beautiful about humans. We actually have all of the answers inside of us. We might just be a little blocked. So you're going to get back to what lights you up. What makes you happy? What have you always been curious about? Or what would you do if you didn't get paid? So you start with getting back to the truth of who someone is. And you use that as your basis then to move forward.
What are the typical things that you see as a life coach? We're talking to Tracy Brown, who is here in Atlanta. Her website, by the way, is coachingwithtracybrown.com. What's the typical thing? And I ask that because people listening might wonder, oh, well, is that someone I should see? Because I'm still stuck on the therapist versus life coach. And, I know clinical wise on that side, but also people would talk to a therapist about just rando things.
That is absolutely true. Absolutely. So what I love to do and why I chose coaching versus therapy is we're going to look at what is happening in your life that we can make changes to right now. Right now, we're going to give you tools to help move you forward. And we're constantly looking at creating goals so that you get there. So it's very much in the present and moving you forward. And so, and it's that moving forward piece that you ask the question, how, what do I often see? It's people who are stuck. For whatever reason, they feel like they just can't move forward and they don't know why.
Is it a routine thing? Like, would you come, you're stuck and you just come and then you're unstuck? Or is it something you would routinely do like you would a therapist?
I think that that's a really personal question. Sometimes I will see people and it might be for 4 or 5 sessions, right? They're going through a struggle with a relationship. They're not sure, should they end it, should they not? That's really great. Or someone needs to make a big decision and they're just not sure how to look at it. I can help them break that down. Those are more like, you'll see me for 4 sessions, maybe 6 sessions. Then I'll see people for much longer when they're really feeling like, I'm just feeling out of alignment with my life. Like whatever is going on inside of me isn't aligning with this world around me. And I don't know what to do. I don't know how to create more alignment in my life.
There's a lot of that. How do you help people, though, who have experienced personal failure, whether it's, a job, a career move, or a relationship?
Yeah, that's a great question. First of all, it's how do you look at failure? There is no failure. There just isn't. There's experiences that help us learn and grow. You were given this experience to help you grow.
That's a good way to look at it, yeah.
Right? There really isn't failure. So it's first is changing that. And it's looking at what did you learn from that experience?
You're good, Tracy Brown. I feel like I just got a little something from you right there.
You got motivated, Barnes, from a life coach.
I think we should if you want some free life coaching right now on the Morning X, call us, 470-741-4999. We'll put you on with Tracy, and you can ask a question. On your website, there is a huge picture of a chair. And it's called the adult chair. What is the adult chair?
Yeah, it sounds kind of a little bit abstract, doesn't it?
It could be a lot of things. What is it?
Exactly. I thought that exact same thing. What is this chair thing? And it's really a way that you can look at your life, right? And we divide our life into 3 chairs. Your child chair, right? That's where all of your needs are and your most basic feelings and your behavior. It's all where all of our unconscious beliefs live, right? We're precious, we're innocent in that chair. Then we move into our adolescent chair. That's when our egos come online, and our ego's whole purpose is to keep us safe and alive, right? So you might take on, if you've had a lot of trauma or suffering as a child, you might wear your mask, your ego might want to wear a mask, right? You might be the victim, you might be the judger, the blamer, but all that happens in the adolescent. Our brains aren't fully formed. And then we move into our adult chair roughly around the age of 25, when our brains are really formed. And that is when you get to be the CEO of your life. You are conscious about your feelings, your decisions. You take responsibility for your behavior and your emotions.
I'm not ready for that chair yet.
Barnes, I'm getting you some sessions with Tracy. Yeah, I'm getting you some sessions.
Yes, and we slide in and out of it. I mean, Barnes, you're right there. You're right with everything.
I'm in the high chair throwing, my peanut butter and jelly on the floor. Well, let's get some listeners up who would like to meet Tracy and ask her a question. We have a real life wild coach, in the wild life coach is what I meant to say. Coach. Coaching.
I can be wild sometimes.
Yeah.
A wild coach, too. Yeah.
Yeah. Coaching with TracyBrown.com. If you'd like to talk to her, let's do it. 470-741-4999. We'll be back with some life coaching. This is 99X.
Hey, my name is Mandy Woodruff Santos, career expert and host of the podcast Brown Ambition. Brown Ambition is conversations about wealth building. Being rich really helps. You should be rich. Entrepreneurship. Women of color are the fastest growing entrepreneur in the country. Whatever, it's fine. And being surrounded by sister friends.
Mandy, mention your name on the podcast. You have made it. I was like, oh my God, I have made it.
Brown Ambition. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.